Thank you for joining me today as we discuss the benefits of senior independent living. As we age, there are many things to consider when planning for retirement. Most of us prefer living in our own homes. However, there are many advantages to living in senior independent apartments or assisted living facilities, which brings us to today's topic. We're going to talk about the benefits of senior independent living as well as assisted living facilities. Joining me today are two experts in these levels. Joining us is Mike Weatherford. He's been with Burgundy Place for over 14 years. And we have Barbie Rich, who's with Greenbrier Assisted Living, and she's been with us for 5 years. Thank you both for being here today.
Welcome.
So to begin, I'd like to start off with senior independent living, since that is the first level in long-term care. So Mike, could you explain a little bit about the criteria and who best benefits from this level of care?
Okay. Independent living has a basic criteria for most independent living centers. They may vary from business to business, but the basic criteria is alert to time, place, and person. They're able to ambulate. Obviously, they can do that independently. They can use a walker, they can use a cane, but getting around is independent. Some businesses do allow for motorized wheelchairs and obviously wheelchairs, but that's on a case-by-case basis. And also they need to be able to take care of their own medications. They could get assistance from home health or a family member to set their medications up, but they have to be able to take those medications at the prescribed time in the prescribed manner. And then just the basic daily living needs, bathing, grooming, and those issues is a typical independent living criteria. And the people who benefit from that are the people who need just a little bit of assistance of that nature, and then people who just are lonely and they need to be around other people.
Okay, so bringing that up into conversation here, what are the benefits for seniors as far as socialization and getting out in an assisted living?
The number one thing that I see as someone who works at that level is the socialization, and then just being around other people, the difference it makes in just a matter of days. If you have someone who has been basically isolated in their home and they've always been a people person and now they're all alone, maybe their family unit is not here locally to support them, and they're literally all alone. And so moving into a setting like an independent living setting, even assisted living, just that socialization of people being with other people, you have someone to talk to, you have someone to cry with, you have someone to play games with, watch TV with, and the old song, you know, people who need people are the luckiest people in the world, is entirely true.
Yeah. Well, it seems that a lot of times they get apprehensive into moving into anything that would maybe get them into the process of long-term care. Now, when you deal with families that maybe are apprehensive at this, maybe getting their loved one to move in, what are some suggestions that you have on to I don't want to say coerce them, but to kind of get them, to encourage them to move in?
So basically how to encourage a family member to encourage a family member to consider it. I would say just security, that there is someone there in case mom or dad falls, is very important, especially if they've fallen before and have had to stay on the floor for a long time.
Right.
That's a thing. Just simple things like helping with their housekeeping, maybe getting them to a doctor's appointment. And then what I see, especially lately, is home care costs are escalating, and seniors are on such a tight budget that even fixing a faucet or doing anything with plumbing or carpentry-like repairs is so costly, and they're not doing those things. And so where they're living is becoming unsafe, but it's their home. And those kinds of encouragement, those things that an independent living facility provides, those services, takes that pressure off their back. Who do we call? What do we do? And typically in an independent living setting, it's one phone call and then they take care of it.
It's all taken care of. Well, I know another big factor is cost, especially when a senior or an older adult is living at their home and they're paying a mortgage and they have all their possessions, the thought of downsizing and all that. Can you kind of give us, shed some light on the cost factor and
the cost vary just like services vary. And so I would say definitely call the different facilities and find out what they do provide and how much it costs. Some facilities it's all inclusive, so everything that they do, utilities, services, transportation may be included. And then sometimes extra services are added on to the basic services, and that's a la carte. So I'd say definitely when you're looking at that level, then that's one of the questions you probably need to look into.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the last question that I have, I guess, would be about touring. Since you've mentioned, you know, some families or whoever's watching to go out and tour and ask questions, do you have some ideas on what they should be looking for?
Definitely. The first things that typically people look at are aesthetics. Oh, it's so pretty. And that's good, but the daily living needs are so much more than aesthetics. First thing is experience level of the staff, and not just in the career that they're in. Maybe they've been in an independent or assisted living setting, but various settings. I'm kind of a homebody, so the longer you're at a place, the more experienced you are in that place. So definitely look at the experience level in that facility that you're looking at. Then also the services and amenities. Do they match what the resident needs? You know, this place may meet this person's need, this place may meet this person's needs. So it has to be a perfect fit, or as close to perfect as possible, with the services and amenities that that person absolutely needs.
Right.
So.
Okay, well, that's great information. Mike, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and jump over to Barbie now. She's, like I said, with our assisted living. Now, this is level 2 in long-term care, and it's very important for us to highlight the differences between senior independent apartments and assisted living. So, Barbie, could you explain the criteria for someone moving into an assisted living and who would best?
Yeah, the criteria basically for an assisted living is to be able to self-ambulate, whether, like Mike said, with a cane, a walker, a wheelchair. If they are in a wheelchair, they need to be able to take themselves in and out of the wheelchair safely. No lifting on staff part at all. Also, they need to be aware of who they are and where they're at all times, you know, or most of the time. And then the next thing would be can take care of most of their bathroom needs on cue. We do have 24-hour staff there, nursing staff there, and you know they can help cue the residents or the family members.
Okay. I'd like to just point out what you had mentioned as far as medication. Did you talk about medication? Now I just went blank. Okay, well, medication is something that, the staff, that's what I was going to say, I apologize, the nursing staff. That is something that is found on an assisted living level rather than at independent apartments. So when you're looking at that, that's also included in the cost. Just something to think about, but I'd like to continue on with some of the services or amenities that a senior can take advantage of at an assisted living.
There's a lot of wonderful services that can be provided. Like I said, a 24-hour nursing staff on hand at all times, 24-hour daily scheduled activities for them so that they're not just stuck in their rooms and bored or looking at 4 walls. 3 well-balanced meals are cooked, and it's in a cafe. You can just tour the place, but most of them are in a dining room setting to where they can enjoy fellowship with other people. Some other activities would be, according to their dietary needs, those will all be provided for them also. So.
Okay. Well, now the room situation at an assisted living, we didn't talk about this, but at a senior independent apartments, they are apartment-style rooms.
Living room, dining room, kitchen, bedroom, bathroom.
You get it all. Now, in an assisted living, you mentioned that they do get 3 meals a day. So the room setting, is that a comfortable living area for someone? Because that is, you know, when they're downsizing, they want a comfortable living area.
Absolutely. They have their own bathroom with a shower, vanity, you know, bathroom precautions. But it also has an area for a bed, a kitchenette area, like for table. It has a sink, refrigerator, all the normal things that you would want in your own efficiency apartment, pretty much. A smaller apartment. So.
Okay. Well, we're pretty much going to wrap up now. I'd like to thank you both for joining me today. And I just want to remind you all that it's never too early to start planning for your retirement or doing your research on it. If you have any questions, please research in Enid and look for the best place for you. Thank you.